So, this is Talk Salty. This will be an weekly episode thing. I'm just gonna choose a random topic for the weeks, just talk about it. And to start with the first episode, let's talk about tipping culture. We all know we all tips when we go outside. Don't get me wrong, tipping is a good add-on, but it has become more and more of an obligation in recent years. Any barista job, any food industry service job, and it is now is basically ask you at the end. We like to fill out a question. And those questions has a lot of option. A lot of option like how much you like to tip, how we like your service today, we like to tips, and how can we do better, how you like to tips, and how much percentage can you do you want to tips? And I found that annoying. Very annoying. But I need y'all to tips me though, because when I worked at barista, the barista rely on those tips. Waiter, waitress, hoster, hostess, barista doesn't exactly getting paid a livable wage. So we had to rely on the tips to offset the shortage. If we don't, well, we can have a short check. Short check mean more hours, but we don't typically get more than like 30 hours. We don't even hit full time because whatever policy is at the company, I guess. And most of the part time job, even when you try to become full-time barista, it is so ridiculously hard to even make a livable wage just because there's no such thing as a livable wage anymore. And listen, before you say AI could do those work, no, they cannot. Because the whole point is not just serving food, but also the interaction with the customer. Do you want to go out and just order your food and eat? Or you actually want to have somebody there kind of know the food and recommend you the food and help with your adjustment and treat you like a human being with dignity and respect? Because that's what all the food industry people do is treat people with respect and serving them product with a big smiling face. And we're happy to do that. Except we need to have livable wage. And I need a livable wage. I want to serve people coffee because I like coffee. I want to be a barista. I want to keep going. Like I want to go to learn latte art, want to be a barista, make the coffee, serve it to the people, talk to people, learn about their story, know them, and make them freaking coffee. I love making coffee. Coffee is great. Coffee, it is chef kiss. And look, don't get me wrong. I appreciate the tips. I really do. But I don't want people to go buy a drink $5 and have to tip like $1 or two just because they feel obligated to do it. And because of like that dollar or two, that becomes $7, and then on top of tax, I'm probably like paying 750 a drink when it could have been just 550 with tax. And if livable wage is a thing, tipping wouldn't become an obligation. Why do we need tips to become livable wage? Screw that, it's not livable wage anymore. Even with tips, it does help, but it's not livable wage. Livable wage right now would be somewhere in the ballpark of $40 or $50 an hour, which, by the way, is insane in this economy. And even in this economy, finding job is already hard enough. So what would all the shame and the guilt towards food industry worker? Because if anything, we should have more respect for them. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's some are very rude to us and not take the job seriously. But most of the time, I interact with them, I work with them. They're all big smile and ready to happy to help. And some people just simply just want to do the work. And I just want to do the work without worrying about whether my wage is gonna pay for my bill. Why is it 30 hours, not 40 hours, not full time? Being a barista, I have noticed the job that offer, it has not been full time. But if they do, it would be shiftly. But shiftly has only limited space. So probably have like 3, 4, or 5. And they need a lot of barista. But the baristas don't get a full time. So that also another obstacle of becoming a full time barista or full time food worker industry. Well, I guess being in a restaurant would be different. Being in a restaurant, you probably get more hours, get more consistency, but you still have to rely on the wages. And I mean the wages, I mean by the tips. And either way, it's not a good thing. And that's a scary thought that there are jobs nowadays will not be able to pay your bill. And in this economy, in 2025 economy, it is tough. There's no such an entry level anymore. Everyone now has to do a side hustle or get passive income. And I don't remember anyone doing that until the last 10 years where everyone need a main job, 9 to 5, then a passive income. or go on TikTok dance or act stupid on YouTube. And it's kind of ironic because I'm posting this on YouTube and talking about it. So, but back to the main point. Tippings should be an add-on, not an obligation. I want to serve people coffee, and I want them to enjoy the coffee without breaking their banks. And vice versa. I want to go out and I do want the tips, not because I feel obligated to, but because I want to. Because everyone want to earn extra, not to earn so I could live. That should just be the wage. Let's change that. Let's change that together. Let's have a conversation about that. What do y'all think? So I guess my rant for this week is, and the topic of the week is tipping culture. It has gotten out of hand, and though spinning iPad has gotten really out of hand, but I'm happy to do so. I'm happy to put on that tip and help people as much as I can, whether it's be $1, 2, or 5. I'm going to do my best to tip as much as I can without going broke. Pretty sure other people too. And let's change the culture together. Let's start with a conversation. Thank you for coming to Soul Talkie Weekly episode. This is the first episode, and the topic of the week is tipping culture. Let's change that. Let's make livable wage, and we don't have to rely on tips to make our bill. Thank you for coming. I love you dishes. Like, be part of the conversation by comment down below, and hit the subscribe button. I love your dishes. Goodbye.
Hello there.